and welcome to today's Crack-a-Pack. Today I will be opening and reading every single card inside a Commander Legends Battle for Baldur's Gate draft booster, and then making a pack 1, pick 1 and 2 as though I were in a draft. I'll be including timestamps below if you would like to skip ahead to see the entire pack contents and my picks. But otherwise, let's get cozy and appreciate every single card in this pack. Zhentarim Bandit. 1 black for a 2/1 creature, halfling rogue, common. Whenever Zhentarim Bandit attacks, you may pay 1 life. If you do, create a treasure token. The Zhentarim are ruthless, unscrupulous, and dishonest, but I must admit, they are effective. Commander Liara Porter. Icewind Stalwart. 3 white for a 3/3 creature, tiefling warrior, common. Protection fighting style. When Icewind Stalwart enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target non-warrior creature you control, then return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. Get behind my shield. Patron of the Arts. 2 red for a 3/1 creature, dragon noble, common. When Patron of the Arts enters the battlefield or dies, create a treasure token. It's okay, my mother owns the museum. Ambitious Dragonborn. 3 green for a 0/0 creature, dragon barbarian, common. Ambitious Dragonborn enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the greatest power among creatures you control and creature cards in your graveyard. The Raging Green Dragon left destruction and at least 1 admirer in its wake. Grey Harbor Merfolk. 1 blue for a 0/3 creature, merfolk rogue, common. Grey Harbor Merfolk can't be blocked. Grey Harbor Merfolk gets +2/+0 as long as you control a commander that's a creature or a planeswalker. Harbor Masters tend to forget that security shouldn't stop at the surface. Merkel's Invoker. 2 black for a 2/3 creature, cat rogue, common. Psychic Blades. 8 creatures you control get +2/+0 and gain menace until end of turn. Your death will make a fine tribute for the Lord of Bones. Citadel Gate. Land Gate. Common. Citadel Gate enters the battlefield tapped. As Citadel Gate enters the battlefield, choose a color other than white. Tap, add white or 1 mana of the chosen color. A beacon of order and safety for those who can afford it. Summon Undead. 4 black. Sorcery. Common. You may mill 3 cards, then return a creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. The air itself shuddered at the wizard's words, and from the dark beyond, her call was answered. Pilgrim's Eye. 3 for a 1/1 artifact creature, Thopter, common. Flying. When Pilgrim's Eye enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. Charting the spine of the world is best left to the disposable. Black Dragon Gate. Land, gate. Common. Black Dragon Gate enters the battlefield tapped. As Black Dragon Gate enters the battlefield, choose a color other than black. Tap, add black or 1 mana of the chosen color. An imposing visage that looms over all who would rise above their station. Druidic Ritual. 2 green. Sorcery, common. You may mill 3 cards, then return up to 1 creature card and up to 1 land card from your graveyard to your hand. Bone, root, and seed. The past, present, and future in 1 handful of earth. Sea Hag. 4 blue for a 3/5 creature, hag, common. Aquatic Ingress. 2 blue. Instant. Adventure. Up to 2 target creatures each get +1/+0 until end of turn and can't be blocked this turn. When Sea Hag enters the battlefield, creatures your opponents control get -4/-0 until end of turn. Parasitic Impetus. 2 black for an enchantment, aura, common. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets +2/+2 and is goaded. Whenever enchanted creature attacks, its controller loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Explore the Underdark. 4 green. Sorcery, uncommon. Search your library for up to 2 basic land cards and/or gate cards. Put them onto the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. You take the initiative. Careful near those pretty glowing plants. What do you think they feed on? Talon, Underdark Guide. Mystery Key. 1 blue. Artifact, equipment, uncommon. When equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, sacrifice Mystery Key. If you do, draw 3 cards. Equip 1. Underseller Sweep. 4 white. Enchantment, uncommon. When Underseller Sweep enters the battlefield, you take the initiative. Whenever you attack, if you or a player you're attacking has the initiative, you create 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens that are tapped and attacking. And everyone's favorite, Wilson, Refined Grizzly. 1 green for a 2/2 legendary creature, Bear Warrior. Uncommon. This spell can't be countered. Vigilance, Reach, Trample. Ward 2. Choose a background. Flaming Fist, 2 white. For a legendary enchantment, background, common. Commander creatures you own have whenever this creature attacks, it gains double strike until end of turn. You carry the security of Baldur's Gate on your shoulders, and you welcome the weight of responsibility. And our rare, Eldritch Pact. 6 black, sorcery, rare. Target player draws X cards and loses X life, where X is the number of cards in their graveyard. The Night Serpent tasted the Warlock's ambition and savored the dark hunger in her soul. And a foil Sailor's Bane. 7 blue for a 7/7 creature, dragon turtle. Uncommon. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each card you own in exile and in your graveyard. That's an instant card, a sorcery card, or a card that has adventure. Ward 4. And a night token. Alright, so here's our pack. So there's a few things that are sort of catching my attention here. So even though Wilson is only a 2/2, he does allow us to choose a background, and I think we've opened a really good background to pair with him, with all of these abilities. Giving him double strike is really strong, and if we can kind of build around that with that in mind, like drafting some equipment or enchantments or combat tricks to try and get his power increased, even by just a little bit, will make a big difference. And with things like his trample and vigilance, that will really help us get and protect initiative if it's on the table. I'm actually kind of interested in the Sailor's Bane as well. It is pretty expensive, but I think by the end of the game, we should be able to get it down to a pretty reasonable cost. And as a 7/7, it just looks like it could be a good sort of top-end finisher card. Underseller Sweep does look interesting as well. Definitely goes into the tokens deck. I think, though, I like taking our commander and background here. So like I said, although Wilson is a little bit small, he's got ward, he can't be countered, he's inexpensive to cast, so commander tax will take a while before it's prohibitive, and pairing him with double strike is probably one of the better things we could do here. Of course, in subsequent packs we can change our plan if we need to, but this kind of seems like an okay starting point. So let's shuffle up our remaining cards and lay them out. And there we have it. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I do crack-a-packs like this every Monday, where we do some pack analysis and make a pick. And then on Fridays, I do a rotating variety of different Magic the Gathering ASMR videos, including things like tours of my EDH decks, secret layer unboxings, specialty pack openings, and things like that. So please stick around and subscribe, and I'd love to have you join the conversation. Of course, leave a comment down below and let me know which cards you would have taken from this pack. I'm always wondering if I'm aligned with what other people think, or is there something in the pack that I've overlooked? Is there something else you would consider instead? Let's talk about it in the comments. But as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.